One of the most common questions from school owners who are starting their new school is whether they should make their school community paid, free, or freemium. And I will give you 4 scenarios, 4 reasons when it actually makes sense to have a paid community. Because most of the cases that I see, it just does not make sense. And I will give you those 4 reasons or those 4 situations when it would make sense for you. So stay tuned. But first things first, my name is Lydia Wilmsen. I'm a business and mindset coach. And here on the channel, I talk about all things school growth, business growth, building your wider business ecosystem, strategy, and of course, mindset. And if you enjoy being here, please subscribe, please leave a comment, leave a like on this video. The algorithm and I will be very grateful for that. Okay, let's get into the topic. And we are talking low ticket here. Of course, if you have a high ticket community, thousands of euros, it doesn't make sense to have it to have a free tier there. Of course, it's a paid offer. We are talking about low ticket here. And, I see so many people who directly are like, yes, let's make it paid. And all the hundreds and thousands of people are going to join me and I'll be a millionaire. Yeah, but no, it's not like that. Always, sorry, shiny object syndrome. I know everyone wants to make money, but you have to have a few things in place and in mind. And I will give you those 4 reasons, those 4 scenarios where it really makes sense. So check where you are at the moment. And by the way, anything is possible. So if you have a strong enough belief, you can make anything work. However, most people don't have that, and then it really makes sense to take those things into account that I'm mentioning today. Okay, so let's get started. I said low ticket. Yes, we are talking about low ticket here, low ticket communities. So when does it make sense to have a paid community? To directly start with a paid community, yes, have a free trial. I would always say that's almost like a must so that people can try it out. There are reasons when not, but it makes sense. But then, when should you have a paid community? So the first reason to have one is actually you have an audience. You are not just on school and you know no one. You have an audience. You have perhaps other channels, other like social media channels, YouTube, like where we are talking right now. Social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, or you have Substack, like newsletters, all those things. So you have a warm audience or an audience that already knows you. Perhaps they are already raging fans, whatever, and they want to join anything and everything you have. Yes, give them a paid community. So if you have thousands or even like hundreds of warm people, warm leads waiting to buy from you, give them a paid community, of course. Sorry, my voice is like getting very excited here. But most people who start a community don't have that, And then it doesn't really make sense, because if you have a community that works as a funnel, people can enter and they can get to know you, they can get to know the people in there, they get to know your teachings. It's warming them up then, but they are cold traffic before that. So if you don't have a big audience, that's a big thing to consider. And you could already have built a bigger audience on Skool, for example. I have now Leadership Skool. We are getting closer to 1,700 members in there. It's a freemium community, so that means I have a free entry level and then I have 2 paid tiers. I basically have the promotion tier that is currently $5 a month. It's going to go up soon, probably in a few days. And then I have the coaching tier, which is $99 a month. So I have people on both levels, but the entry point is free. However, I have almost 1,700 members in there. They know me, they follow me, or many of them follow me on Skool. So if I, for whatever reason, started a new community now, I would already have people who know me and many of them who like me, and they would be way more inclined if I had a very strong offer now to follow me into the new community and actually pay for that. So, do you have a warm audience? Do you have a larger audience somewhere that you can send to your school community? That's point number 1. If you have that, go give them a paid community. And then the second one is, oh my God, yeah, your about page and your description of your community. So if you have no audience and you have some kind of nice to have about page, like nice to have offer. Not many, if no one, are going to join that. If you hit a pain point, and I love this example, because haven't we all been there? Many of us, many not, or some not. Like something like, sorry, it's so funny, how to get your ex back, you know? Oh my God. Hundreds or thousands, and no, not hundreds, hundreds of thousands are looking for that on YouTube and on other places, you know? If that is your offer, people are going to pay you for that. Or the typical thing of losing weight or making more money. But very specific, not how to make more money, but almost like a very strong call to action. And it's a must-have. People want this. People struggle with this. And just the name itself is telling it, you know? People are like, heck yes, let's go. And I will give you 2 examples for that. For example, I'm part of the Income Vault, YouTube Income Vault. That is a school community, also a YouTube channel here from Anna. And yeah, I joined because she knows her stuff. But actually, I also saw her offering, she made a workshop in my community. And I was like, she knows her stuff, but I was already in her community then. I was like, I want to get my YouTube up and running again. I already had the channel, but I wanted to make it better and blah, 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 blah. So seeing that community, it was a no-brainer. She even had a free trial. I would have paid on the spot. I think it's $7 a month. So, and the link will be in the description. You can check it out. Also the link to my community and another community I'm going to share with you in a second. So that's a no-brainer. You want to grow your YouTube, channel or whatever, you know, it's a no-brainer. It is very strong. This is why I joined. However, she also has a strong audience already that she brought with her because she's also a business coach and she already has an up and running YouTube channel and so on. So she has both in place. But I joined not because of the YouTube channel, but because I wanted that topic. For me, it was a must-have. I was willing to spend, of course, $7 on that every month because I knew I will want to bring my YouTube channel up again. So if you have a must-have for people, they are willing to spend money on that. But if you don't have that, and I'm sorry, so many people are struggling with that. I have been struggling with that before. Most entrepreneurs struggle with that. So if you don't have that and you don't have the other things that I'm going to mention, it doesn't make sense. But if you have like a powerful like group where people are longing for what you offer, yes, make it paid, even if you have zero followers anywhere else. So for example, if you had this, how to get your ex back in 30 days, I can guarantee you, without following, without audience, you would get paid members in there. Of course, you need to promote it somewhere, but organic efforts. Without someone knowing you, you would get people in there. You would get people because this is such a pain point for people. People pay so much for that. And for anything else around relationships, around health, around money, yes, go for it. Like, work on your about page, work on your description, because this is how you bring up the percentage of people paying for it, or that it makes sense for you to have a paid community. Then the third one is social proof. Of course, if you have a community with 300 or 1,000 people in there and it costs money, it's $7 a month, $20 a month, $40 a month. We are social creatures. We are tribal in our hearts. People will be like, ooh, other people paid for that. Okay, that's fine. I can pay as well. You know, it's our human nature. So social proof, amazing testimonials, or even a name where you are like, oh, this person has achieved a lot, Hormozy or whatever, you know, like famous coaches out there. People just directly buy stuff from them, whether it's a topic they like or not, you know, but it's, you know, they buy just because of the name. It's also human nature. And I, for example, am in Claude, Claude Code Club, and they are a paid community. They have almost 5,000 people in there. The price point is $9. There is no free trial, and people are joining every day. probably tens of people. It is because of the owners. They are known. There is social proof on what they have achieved, you know, and people join because of the social proof and because of the name. And then, yeah, you can make a paid community, of course, no question. And another thing that they have implemented, and again, you'll find the link in the comments, not in the comments, in the description, they have like a price jump. So after 4,500 members, it goes from €9 to 69 or something. So of course there is fear of missing out. There is like, oh my God, I need to get in before the price is going to 5x or something, you know? So yeah, that kind of urgency, that's a marketing thing. Of course it works. But you know, social proof, the name, if you have that, and even if you had no following, so perhaps you only had the social proof and the following in the offline world, you could still bring hundreds or more people in because of that. So it's not just, do you need like a huge YouTube following or something? No. So if you have that, powerful, you can make a paid community work in an instant. And then last but not least, if you have none of the first three things, but you have a powerful energy, extreme conviction, self-belief, and you're like, this is going to work. This is working. Everyone wants this. People are getting in every single day, and you exude that energy, and you have this fire in you and you don't let it like sink. You keep it up there, whether people join one day or not. If you have that, yes, people will follow you. You are a leader in that moment, and people are hugely attracted to people with conviction and belief. And they, oh my God, yeah, sorry, look at the big politicians. They have that. Sometimes they have, like, they are horrible people, but they have conviction and belief and confidence. And we could also say some narcissistic traits. You don't need that. But if you have the first part of like a strong personality and you use that, you can make people join anything. I'm sorry, that's again human nature. So that's point number 4. Let me summarize. Let me bring them back to you freshen them up or fresh them up. So the first one, basically, you already have an audience. You bring them in from anywhere, from the internet or even offline. Second one was you have a very strong about page, a very strong description, a clear and powerful call to action, and a powerful niche and a powerful pain point or desire point that you're addressing, that people just like, it's a must have for them. Yes, go for it. Then the next one, social proof. Like you have social proof, testimonials, lots of people in your community already that are paying. Yeah, of course, you will draw people in because they are like, oh, this is working. People are joining every day. I want this too, you know? Or the last one, your energy and conviction. So if you have any or all of those, go for paid. If you have none of these and not even believe in your offer that this can work, I would highly suggest you to get into or start a free or freemium community. Build your belief, build your testimonials, gain more and more clarity on what you're offering, put energy in there. Because, you know, we also have to say most people who have never successfully sold a lot or in that field, it can also be very demotivating if you're waiting for a sale every single day and nothing is happening. Like sales every day, they are dopamine hits, you know? They are like bam, 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 it's amazing. So if you don't have that, you can only keep the energy up for so long. But if you haven't made a sale in 10 days, 30 days, 2 months, a year, you will give up at some point, you know, because also it's not really nice to hang out in a group with like one person that you invited or whatever. So sales are important, and I will make more videos on that topic as well. We actually will have a sales and cash flow intensive in Leadership Skool in the next month, I think. So for a week intensive, and it's for the VIPs. So let me know in the comments where you stand with your community, if you have any follow-up questions versus free and paid communities. If you say like, yes, I have all of that, let's go. Or if you say like, oh, no, actually, it doesn't really make sense because of none of these in place. So let me know. And other than that, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, please leave a comment, a like, and check out the communities for some examples where paid makes a lot of sense in the description and in the pinned comments. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.